Thank you. Hello, happy Friday, happy fantastic Friday, happy fabulous Friday, and thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday, a fabulous Friday. Some of you guys might be having a frivolous Friday. Frivolous in a good way. Frivolous in a good way. Meaning you're just doing whatever. You're just chilling, you're relaxing, you're doing your thing on this beautiful Friday. But as always, I hope that you have moved for 30 minutes today, nonstop. Consistently, you want to move 30 minutes nonstop consistently and be persistent about it. Make yourself get up and do it. Watch the legs move, look at the legs move, and I hope that that motivates you to get up and move your own legs. Walk, walk, walk. Jog if you can. I can't jog with this phone. And even run, run. You don't have to run for a whole 30 minutes, but just kind of jog if you would like. Run if you can. Walk, whichever one suits you best. Whichever one you want to do. And as always, you can walk, jog, run, skip, hop, skate, dance, walk in place, walk on your treadmill, ride your indoor bicycle, your stationary exercise bike, ride your outside bicycle, ride around the neighborhood, get on your walking pad, get on your elliptical. You can go swimming. I have just named 14 things you can do. Did I say dance? I think I did. You can play a game of pickup basketball, football, tag football, flag football. There are a lot of things you can do to increase that cardiovascular endurance. Aerobic exercise. Aerobic exercise. Okay? There are many different types of aerobic exercise that you can do to help contribute to your cardiovascular fitness. So I hope that you guys have done it. And as always, YouTube doesn't give us any licenses, certifications, or registrations. So for those of us who have those, who worked hard and acquired those, guess what we've done? We've earned the right to give you a personalized and a professional, most importantly, a professional disclaimer. Okay? Do not do anything you see me do. Do not do anything you hear me say on this channel without first contacting, consulting, talking with your primary healthcare provider. Be it your general practitioner, which is your GP, your doctor, your medical doctor, your physician's assistant, your certified registered nurse practitioner, your nutritionist, your dietitian. If you have had any injuries in the past, your physical therapist, your occupational therapist, and of course, if you have any health issues, your specialty doctors. Okay? Hey, James Money 615. How you doing on this fantastic Friday? They are your healthcare team. They form a circle around you. They are the atom, and you are the nucleus of that atom. You are the most important component. You are the key. Okay? So listen to them, communicate with them, make sure that they're all on the same page when it comes to your health. So that way, they're all on one accord when it comes to you keeping your health, improving your health, and getting fit. Okay? Keeping your health, improving your health, and getting fit. Hello, James Money 615. Glad to have you in the chat. I hope you're I don't know what you have planned for the weekend, but I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Any and everybody who comes across this live or this live replay, I appreciate you. I thank you for spending some time, whether it's for a few seconds, a few minutes, or the whole duration, part of it, whatever it is. Thank you for stopping by. And especially thank you to the people that do leave a comment. Okay? So many ways to support. Like, comment, and subscribe. You can also leave a comment. I said that, didn't I? Well, I mean a comment on the replay. So if you catch me live, leave a comment. But if not, leave a comment on the replay. Let me know what you're doing this weekend. Let me know if you've moved for 30 minutes today, non-stop. I know that you do at work, but I'm not talking about at work. I'm talking about that me time. Did you get you some me time in? Because that's what you can do. When you're at work, you may be working alone. You may not have a lot of people around you, but you're at work. You know, get outside if you can, if the weather permits, and move around for like 30 minutes. Get you some me time in. Hey, Vanessa, welcome to the chat. How you doing on this fantastic Friday, Vanessa? This little hill, I tell you, the small hills are harder than the big hills. I don't know why. To me, seems like those smaller hills, I think because I underestimate them. Vanessa says, hi, James. I think when you underestimate something, it'll prove you wrong. Like, in my opinion, you would think the small hills would be easier. But I don't know. The hard hill, I guess it's a mindset. It's a mind thing. I already know it's going to be hard. It's steep, so I just focus and go. I'm okay. Hope all is well with you. Thank you, Vanessa. It is. I'm glad to hear that you're okay. Hope you had a great Friday. Hope your week has been great. You spent some time with me yesterday, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate you being here in the chat today. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I truly hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's a bit cooler outside today, but it's still nice. Not too windy, just a chill. There's a chill in the air. So we're walking outside while we can still walk outside. Because it's going to come a point where it's going to be too cold to be walking outside, okay? Some people love it. Some people love it. I like it, but some people love it. When it gets cold, they love it. Thank you, and the same to you. Thank you so much. Some people really love walking outside when it's cold. I like it, but I prefer the fall. Like, I prefer it like when it's not too hot, not too cold. You can still wear shorts, and it's just right. Just right. So again, if you come across this video, please, always contact, consult, talk with your primary healthcare provider before starting, restarting, or ending no, we got to change that. Before starting, okay, restarting, changing, or ending any workout regimen, plan, schedule, routine that you have. Okay? Yes, the fall, Vanessa, it feels so good. That fall weather, it's just right there in between. I like spring too, but a lot of times spring can be really hot. A lot of times spring can be really hot. But fall, I guess I could look at spring as like the ending of winter, the beginning of summer. So, but that first part is still kind of cold, and then you go into it, next thing you know, it's like 85 plus degrees. Spring can really be hot. That premier to summer. And in the fall, summer's winding down and winter kicks in, but usually it's not really that cold at the beginning of fall. So you got that nice in between. You get that nice in between for the spring too, but I think fall may be a little bit milder. I think fall might be a little bit milder. So yes, contact them, let them know before starting, restarting, changing, or ending any workout, plan, routine, regimen, or program. You guys want to be on the same page. Yeah, you want to be on the same page as your doctors. And you also want your doctors to be on the same page with each other. Hey, Wave. Love to travel with Wave. How you doing, Wave? So glad to see you today. I appreciate you coming in and saying hello. Hey, Stephon, bro. How y'all doing on this fantastic Friday? I'm glad to see you. Stephon, Wave, Vanessa, James Money 615. Thank you guys for coming through here as we walk this fantastic Friday out. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly, truly appreciate you for coming in and saying hello. Stephon says, I'm doing fine. Vanessa speaking to Wave. Wave says, I'm good. Finally off. Okay? That's a good feeling, right? That's a good feeling to be finally off. Y'all, I'm standing here in traffic, waiting for the cars to go. I'm telling them to go, and they're just sitting there. They're just sitting there. Stephon says, hi, Vanessa. Y'all, this man's dog came running across the street. And I'm like, okay, you're not making much effort to get your dog. I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to hurt him. But let me tell you, the only friendly dog to me is the dog that I know. The dogs that I know are the only friendly dogs to me. And even they can get an attitude, okay? Even they can get an attitude. You better get your dog, man. It's so annoying, y'all, when people have their pets. You know, they have their pets, and then they don't control their pets. And then when your pet runs up on you, and you control their pet, okay, Vanessa, I'm walking, and I just happen to hear him say, hey, and so that lets me know too, when you can't stop your dog, when you can't give your dog a command to stop, then he's definitely liable to do anything, right? If you can't command your dog to stop, then what makes you think I'm gonna just let him come up on me? You can't even command him to stop. I'm walking, starting out. Here his dog comes just a trotting towards me, like he knows me. Just left his whole house, trotting towards me. And I'm like, okay. He's standing there. And then he nonchalantly suddenly says, come back. Come back. And he starts to walk after him instead of run after him. And then the dog is walking into, traffic is coming too. To get to me, he has to cross the street. And I'm looking like, first of all, your dog is about to walk out here in front of these cars. Dangerous for the dog. He's about to run over here to me. Hey, Spiky, welcome to the chat, Spiky. He's about to run over here to me. Dangerous for me and for your dog, because I'm not going to play with him. And you're walking like you're just taking an evening stroll. He had no pep to his step. And the dog comes over, gets close to me, and I'm thinking, okay, he doesn't seem aggressive. And I'm telling him, you better get your dog. Y'all, like, you have to be blunt with people. I'm not one, I don't believe in being easy with grown folks, okay? I actually experienced this early. Really, Vanessa? See, I'm not the one. I'm not going to be easy with grown people. You see your dog, you see him approaching me. Ashley came over to my family's property. And you're not putting in much effort to get him to stop, to sit, to turn around. You don't have any control over him. That means you don't have any control over him. Now, if I feel like I need to protect myself, even if you know that your dog is friendly, then you cause your dog to get into a pickle. Vanessa says, hey, Spiky. How you doing, Spiky? Happy fantastic Friday, Spiky. Okay, y'all, he turned the music down. Happy fantastic Friday, Spiky, and everyone else in the chat, and anyone who catches the replay. Hope you had a wonderful week, and hoping that you have a wonderful weekend. So, I'm like, you putting your dog at risk, which I'm sure his dog, I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. Y'all know how people are about these dogs. His dog is more important to him than I am. So you're putting your dog at risk because he's got to cross the traffic. He's got to cross the street in front of the traffic. You're putting him at risk because he's coming up on me. And I ain't the one. I definitely always have something, okay, for protection. And then you're putting yourself at risk. Because what if I just say, you know what, I'm not going to hurt this dog. And the dog ends up doing something he shouldn't to me. God forbid. Now, the owner is putting himself at risk. But see, people don't care. And there's a certain type of people, you know what I'm talking about. They put dogs before certain humans. They put dogs, horses, cats before certain humans. And I don't care how much I love a dog. I'm not going to put a pet before a human. Now, have some of them earned that right to be loved like they're humans? Yes. Do we love some of our pets like they're humans? Like they're family? Yes. But when it comes to safety, I'm not going to let my dog put anybody, risk me having to pay somebody's bill because he attacked them. That's crazy. Vanessa says, not at all. I'm not playing with that. They both can. Exactly, Vanessa. That's exactly what it is. They both can get it. Because I ain't playing with it. I ain't playing with it. They both can get it. I'm like, you see him, because that's what ticked me off, is that he just nonchalant. He saw the dog coming at me. He just nonchalantly, whatever, I don't even know the dog's name, whatever he said, calls him again. As the dog is approaching me, this man acts like he had he's not an elderly man. He's not a young man. He's not an elderly man. An elderly man would have put more pep in his step, at least a little trot, a little something, especially when the dog didn't stop after like the second command. Oh, sorry about that. He's saying, I'm sorry about that, y'all. The dog is still headed toward me. And I'm saying, you're going to be sorry. I just told him, I said, you're going to be sorry. Because you're not putting any kind of urgency on your walk. You're not putting any type of urgency on your walk. Stefan says, Rose seen the apartment when Mike took her. Rose seen the apartment when Mike took her to it. We might get action. Oh, yeah, she was showing somebody else a condo or something. I forgot the man's name. Mike's so silly. Mike said something about the man's name. Ro is, now see, Stefan, they're going to make me mad. Because you know what's going to happen. Ro is going to confront Anthony. He's going to beg her to secrecy. And then it's on more. So then Ro will know. Dalen will know. Okay, of course Anthony and Shayla do, but Ro will know. It's not just Dalen anymore. It's Ro too. And Ro has been through some things with Anthony. Stopped that lady's wedding. Now, when he stopped Ro's wedding, they should have made them be together for a little bit. When he stopped that woman's wedding, they should have made them be together for a little bit. Stop that woman's wedding. Just stopped her wedding. And I'm like, wow. Just stop that woman's wedding. And then after a little bit of resistance, when Amber came and put her foot down, he dropped his head and went home. Dropped his head and went home. I still didn't think he wanted to be with Amber then. So that's why he's sitting up there trying to have two families now. I still don't think he wants to be with Amber, but he just doesn't want to end his marriage because he doesn't think that that's the thing that he's supposed to do. So she rolls out there showing someone else a condo and runs into Mike. And my thing is, we already know what Ro knows what's up. Ro knows what's up. When she saw Mike and he told her where it was exactly, she already knew. Those spidey senses went up. She already knew. So it's not going to take her long to figure out that that's Anthony's baby. Yeah, they keep going. They keep going and going and going. I'm like, I'm just tired of that. You know, the thing with Justine and James. Okay, look. James used Justine. He got caught with his girlfriend. And already he's broken up with his girlfriend and is about to win Justine back. And this mess with Amber and them is still going on. Now, while Shayla was pregnant, it was a good storyline. You know, while she was pregnant, even though we were frustrated and we were hoping that it came out. I mean, you carry a baby for 9 months. Some people 7, at least 7, 6 to 9 months. So we knew it was gonna go for a little bit, right? So now that she's had the baby, they're raising the babies, and the next thing you know, they're gonna bring some little 1-2-year-old toddlers in there, and they still gonna be dancing around the fact that that's his baby. I'm tired of that. Like, I really don't even. Now I'm not gonna even lie. Shayla gets on my nerves, but since I know that they're skits, I try not to hold it against her, because I like her with Sonny. I like Shayla with Sonny. I think Shayla and Sonny could be better friends than Shayla and Amber. For now. Because we all know that tooted up Shayla, she's shown what type of friend she can be. And I think Sonny's going to end up getting with Mike. Because Sonny's tired of hearing that headboard bang the wall. That story been going on too long. Yeah, it's definitely too long. Like, people are exhausted with it. And you know what? They think they're slick. The reason that they wrote it the way that they did so that Ro could see Mike. And like everybody's thinking now, we're going to have a little bit of action, right? We're not going to have no action. She's going to go in there and see that she's going to go in there and see, yes, this is the condo or this is the apartment. Then she's going to contact Anthony, or she's going to go into her paperwork and realize Anthony is still the one paying the rent. She's gonna and see that we're bound to get busted with that anyway, because even if she had started paying her own rent, remember when one time she was saying she was gonna pay her own rent? So even if she had started paying her own rent, Ro at some point was gonna find out something. Because I mean, she could have left it in Anthony's name and paid the rent, which is still suspicious, but she could have switched it into her name. But if she had switched it into her name, then it would have been, maybe Ro wouldn't have gotten suspicious because they're all friends. And so Ro probably would have went with, oh, okay, maybe Shayla needs this place to stay, so Amber and Anthony are helping her out. But I just think once Ro found out, they were busted. Because remember when she first leased it to Anthony, he said something about his own little getaway or something like that. So they just busted. And like I said, what's gonna make me mad is that, yeah, they're busted, but y'all gonna drag this out. So now Amber's gonna be mad at Anthony, Shayla, Dalen, and Ro, because Ro is not gonna tell her. She is not gonna tell her. She and Anthony are business partners. They're friends. She's gonna, her allegiance is with Anthony. So that's why I'm ticked off about it, because it's like they're dangling a carrot. Everybody thinks that we got a little action. It ain't gonna be nothing. It ain't gonna be nothing. Yeah, Vanessa, it's been going on too long. Too long. Stefan says, oh, I didn't see that one yet. It says Sonny catches her husband with another man. Look, it's Vanessa. Vanessa, you see Stefan? Stephon said, let me see right quick. Look, Stephon reporting. Look, Stephon reporting in live time. He's reporting like it's live news. Stephon about to go see. That's too funny. Stephon said, let me see right quick. So we might have, look, y'all, we might have something good to watch on here this weekend. Because y'all know they drop about, what, 15 skits a day? Which ones do I like? I like the ones with Amber when she's with other people, not when she's with Anthony and Shayla. I like the ones with Shayla when she's with somebody else and not with them. I'm kind of liking the ones with Brittany and Daylon and Kay now. And because I gotta have something, you gotta watch something other than them because they're nerve-wracking. And I like the ones with Ernestine, even though Ernestine gets on my nerves. I like the ones with Ernestine, even though she out there for Country Wayne's World. She's just out there with any and everybody in Country Wayne's World. I like those. So, and I like the ones with Erica. I just wish they would get Erica into some new clothes. Get Erica into a shower and get her into some new clothes. Oh, they get caught in what? They get caught in the gym? Woo! Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. So Sonny catches her husband and his boyfriend at the gym? In the gym? Oh my God. Look, Stephon, what was funny was when they were over at Mike's house, when Mike kept making all those references, when Mike came out there with that big cucumber, that was hilarious. When he came out there with that cucumber and he was what did he say? He said something about, what did Mike say? Did he say? Oh my gosh, it was something that was he said two things for sure. It was like, I don't know if he said tap something. He said something about tapping something. And he said something about busting something. I was in tears laughing. Oh my gosh. Vanessa says, I used to watch it faithfully, but had stopped watching it for a while. You all got me back on it now. Vanessa, look, I used to watch it faithfully too. And then I stopped. Because he's been having those skits for about, 3-4 years? So I stopped, but I started back. I started back right around the time where, I started back just before Anthony stopped Rose's wedding. I started back just before then. Yep, I started back just before Anthony stopped Rose's wedding. Y'all, it's hilarious. It's like, oh, see, I'm so mad with them about Anthony, Amber, and Shayla. So I had to find other skits because honestly, that's what I really watched it for. You know, I used to like Sarah when she and Wayne were doing their thing, and then Erica, who acts like she's just so in love with DC now and can't get over the fact that he's with somebody else. You know, I watched them a little bit, but now I just really like to watch the ones that have with Dee and Tamara. I like the ones with Dee and Tamara. Even though Tamara's not on there a lot, she's been on there a little bit more lately. I like the ones with Dee and Tamara. I like the ones with Phil and Latassi. So, and I like Jay, Ernestine, and whoever the flavor of the month is, which is James now. Ernestine is always in a threesome. She's always in a threesome relationship. Like they be saying in the comments, Ernestine dates more than any single woman. That's so sad. Yes, Vanessa said yes. Like she dates more than any single woman. I like it when Mama Brenda is on there. So, you know, there are some other good storylines besides Amber and Anthony and Shayla. And they better be glad, because if that was the only storyline, or if they only had like maybe, hello, how are you? If they only had like maybe 2 or 3, then I think the views would start to fall. But right now, they keep my views, and the reason I am able to keep up with Amber and Shayla and Anthony is because I like Ernestine, Again, Jay and James, or Ernestine, Jay and whoever. uh, I like Phil and Latasi. I like D. I like D. I like the DC, Erica, and Sarah. I like that little thing they got going on. So, and those fake cops that beat D up, that was so, I was like, oh my God, D could have beat both of them. If they weren't fake cops, he would have beat both of them. He at least wouldn't have got what he got. But I like those storylines. And so since I like those, I'm able to stick around for the shenanigans with Anthony, Amber, and Shayla. Oh yeah, and I'm starting to I like Shayla. I like her storyline with Sonny and her husband, her and Mike. So I like that. So they had to do something. They had to bring it because they're starting to make people mad. They're really starting to make people mad. So yeah, I'm glad y'all be watching because I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy it. And then, Country Wayne, maybe Piari will have a bigger role because Country Wayne is really just there with he's really just whenever he just pops up to do his business with Anthony and Ro. So that's why I know Ro is not going to tell on Anthony. She's not going to tell because she doesn't owe an allegiance to Anthony. She doesn't have an allegiance to Anthony. I know she's going to be mad about it. She's going to feel bad about it because she knows what she did to Amber. And really, Ro didn't do anything to Amber. Anthony got up and stopped her wedding. So Anthony hurt Amber. But Ro felt bad about how he made her feel bad. And then Ro did let him stay at her house. So I know she's going to feel bad that yet again, she's in another cover up for Anthony. Yeah, so yeah, he stayed at her house before Amber put her foot down. And now she's going to keep this secret because I know she's going to keep it for a little while anyway. Probably for a long while. So, Anthony is putting people in bad situations, in bad positions because when Amber does find out, to know that everybody knew before her, that's going to be crazy. She might tell Mike, yeah, because look, Ro done dated all of them. Ain't that funny? And then and Amber has dated all of them. Everybody Amber has dated, Ro has dated. They both dated Country Wayne. They both dated Mike. And they both dated Anthony. And then Amber married me. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, she might tell Mike, and if she tells Mike, everybody knows that if you tell Mike something, the whole metro Atlanta is going to know about it. The whole state of Georgia, maybe. Vanessa says, yes, Stefan, yep. She might tell him. It's good entertainment like watching TV. It really is. And I really like it, because they're short. Usually they don't go over 5 minutes. A good one might go, every now and again, they'll go over 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. But typically they keep them right at 4 and under. Right at 4 and under. And then you can watch it. You can, if you're at work, you can put it on 1.5 and watch it. You can put it on 1.5 and watch it. Look, I won't put it on 2 because I don't want to miss something. Sometimes when you put it on 2, they're talking so fast, you miss something. Oh, and another storyline that I like is Ro, Malachi, and all that jazz. So, and I'm about to start. Did y'all see Brittany? If y'all watched it, did y'all see Brittany's ex holding on to her hand again? That doctor's gonna pull up again. The doctor's gonna pull up again. Brittany letting her ex feel all over her hand again. Right, Vanessa, they have all snaked each other. They've all snaked each other. I'm like, can y'all not? Are y'all the only people? Are y'all the only circle of people in that area? Can y'all just not date somebody different? I figured David would be someone different. But the people in the comments say David's too old for Ro. They said that David is too old for Ro. And I'm like, David is too old for Ro. they might, they might be right, cause Ro does like him young. But shoot, what is it? Ro in her what 50s? Well, at least she's not dipping in the 20 and at least she's not dipping in the 20 sector. The 20-year-old sector. Cause Wayne may still be 30 something. But I think Anthony is like maybe 40, 41, something like that. I think Anthony is a little over 40. So if she was gonna stick with anybody, that's why I said they should have went ahead and let her stick with Anthony. Anthony's not mature though. I think Anthony might be a little bit older than Mike, who definitely isn't mature. I don't even know how Ro got with him, but maybe Ro said she can tame him. I think he's a little bit older than Wayne and Mike. So they should have just kind of left Ro with Anthony for a while. Because the maintenance guy, they look good together. To me, the maintenance guy looks, David and Ro look good together. Her and Malachi never looked right together. After they came back, after he took Brittany and they came back and they tried to make it work, I still think that they would have eventually broken them up, even if Anthony hadn't stopped the wedding. When they are going to get him out of the wheelchair, that's what I want to know. Did he? And look, what's the secret that he's keeping? Can Malachi see out of his eye now? Yeah, Vanessa, everybody's sleeping with each other. Ooh. Ooh. I see it, Vanessa. I see it. I'm surprised they didn't hold that one for review. You know how they do. They held one of Stefan's for review earlier. When he said something about the gym, that they were getting it on in the gym, YouTube held that one for review. I don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah, Stefan, she likes them young. She likes them young. After a while, Anthony gonna be too old for her. After a while, Anthony's gonna be too old for her. That's why I said they should have left her with Anthony. They should have left her with Anthony. Because Anthony, I think Anthony is in his early 40s. And she's like, what, early 50s? So like roughly 10 to 12 years isn't that bad. We know when it comes to men being 10 to 12 years older, nobody blinks an eye. But with women, it's getting to the point where maybe 10 years and you're good for nobody to criticize you. Maybe 10 to 12. Okay, and maybe nobody will criticize you. Sometimes 30 to 45, something like that. But 35, 50, they may not say anything. They may say, well, he grown. You know. But yeah, I think they should have left Ro and Anthony together. If not Ro and Anthony, then Ro and Mike. Because it's something about her and Mike where it's like they're family. You know how like when you with your mate for so long, I mean your mate is family, period, but you know, it's almost like, I was talking to one of my friends today and we were talking about how people act differently around their blood family. Like you and your mate, you guys can live together for like 5 years and you act how you act. You're used to each other, you know each other. But when you go around his family, he's still gonna loosen his collar a little bit more. If you guys go around your family, you're gonna loosen your collar a little bit more. That's just, it is what it is. Those are people they were raised with, you know? So even though that's your spouse, you get a little bit more relaxed around your blood family. Now, once your spouse has been in the family like maybe 10 plus years, then you guys may, you know, let loose in front of each other's family. But usually spouses they may be cute with each other and just say crazy stuff to each other, but when they're around family, usually if it's the man's family, the woman's going to be a little bit more reserved. Not that she'll act like she's afraid. And the same with the man. When he's around her family, he'll be a little bit more reserved. So people act like they don't realize and understand that. So, but I feel like with Mike, you know, it doesn't take years for that to happen for everybody. It seems like with Mike could chill with anybody. So him and I think he and Ro would be like family like that. So if not Anthony, then Mike. But definitely not Country Wayne, because Country Wayne gonna tell you he ain't marrying anybody. And he told Peoria that. Yeah, Vanessa. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Did I say the wrong thing? Oh no. Sometimes they just you know what, Vanessa? Sometimes it's the craziest thing to me. Some things that people put in the chat, they let go. And then other things that you put in the chat, they'll hold it for review. So like a lot of times when like I mod for people sometimes, I mod for people. So when I'm modding for people, sometimes they'll say, where's my comment? They'll think that one of the mods deleted it. But sometimes as moderators, we can see, or the content creator can see that YouTube held it for review. So there are just certain trigger words with YouTube, like the D word, I think is why. When I looked at your comment, there was nothing wrong with it. And then I said, okay, it's because of the D word. And so, if I'm not mistaken, we can unhide it. And like when Stefan was talking about the gym, he used the S word. And I think that was the trigger word. They hid it. So when they hide them, I just let it stay hidden because I don't want them to say anything to me. I don't think they'll say anything to you because they give you the option to show it. Yeah, so I don't think they'll say anything to you, to the content creator, because for one, it's in the chat, and they know the content creator doesn't catch everything. And just say, for instance, if I had no mods or if it was like a full chat and I didn't see it, there are certain things that people say that YouTube will hold for review. So you didn't say anything wrong. It was just a trigger word. Yeah, a lot of times people get so mad at the moderators or at the content creator because they think, why they delete my comments or why I don't see my comment. Well, that's what moderators are supposed to do when you make an inappropriate comment or when they make a comment that may seem a bit controversial, But a lot of times it's not that. A lot of times the moderator and the content creator think nothing of it. But it's a trigger word for YouTube. And they don't like it. Okay, y'all, that car was loud. Yeah, so sometimes it's a trigger word for YouTube, but you didn't say anything wrong. I just, when I read it, I saw it, so I didn't say anything. Plus, I was surprised that they didn't hold it because they had just held the one that Stefan had put in. Yeah, this litter, I don't know what's going on, but it seems like it's more litter out here than usual. Stefan says Anthony can't stay faithful. He can't. He used to go with strippers. Because he is not nice, right, as he seen. Exactly, Stefan. Wasn't that lady the one that he thought had his baby? Wasn't she a stripper? That lady that he thought that had his child, wasn't she a stripper? So they be in the comments talking about Anthony shooting blanks. They be in the comments talking about Anthony shooting blanks. I don't think he's shooting blanks because Amber did get pregnant. I think he's shooting up the area that's already been taken. Like the stripper, I think she was probably already pregnant before he did his thing. Shayla, a lot of us think that Shayla was already pregnant. Because think about Shayla. She wasn't fooling around with Arby. And then that other guy that met Mike, the way he called her Shay Shay, everybody got suspicious. And he wasn't going to tell Mike that they did something. So a lot of people think that he's the father of her baby. I think he is too. He may not be, but I think he is. And if they let Anthony be the father, guess what? They still not going to stay together long because Anthony has a Roman eye. And Shayla, I think think she had feelings for Anthony. I really do. I think that's why she cheated to begin with. But I don't think she's going to be happy. I don't think she's going to be able to be happy. And the reason I say that is because when she went to church, she's starting to have these funny feelings. And now she's looking kind of crazy. And she is having some degree of a conscience when Anthony says certain things to her, or he touches her the wrong way, or wants to get a hug or something like that. She should have had some conscience back 12 months ago, but she does have somewhat of a conscience now. So if Anthony and Shayla were to get together, I don't think it would last. And then just like D just found out, his 10-year-old daughter might not be his. So what are they going to do? Grow the child up really quick? You know, they'll probably grow that child up faster than we find out about, letting them find out about the affair. They're going to grow that child up really quick. And then find out that it may not be his, and then go back to that guy. Because that guy didn't just pop up for nothing. I don't think he just popped up because Mike wasn't even really doing trying to get roles and all this stuff. He asked him about that show, but he really wasn't trying to do that then. So I think he's the baby's father. And then they had that baby looking like he could favor Anthony. Well, guess what? Shayla's mom is Latino, and Shayla's black and Latino. That baby has just a brown look about him and his hair that he could have got from Shayla. I mean, we don't know what Shayla looked like. So he could pass for Anthony's son, but he could be somebody else's son, and he just looks like Shayla. To me, he looks like his mom. But Nessa says, oh, okay, I just get comfortable with conversation with real people, and I forget it's you too. Thank you, Last Friday. You good, Vanessa? You good. I was just, I didn't want you to wonder why I didn't say it. Like I read most of it, and then I didn't say that part. Because I saw it. So like when they hold it for review, we can see it. So I just wanted to let you know why I didn't finish the whole thing. Vanessa says, right. Stefan says, I like her with Mike because they are going to break it up. Yeah. Yep. I think so too, Stefan. I really do. I think they're going to as well. Yeah, it's like, and Vanessa is so funny because, you know, people get truly mad at you. Like you can have, like my chat, that's why I say I like my chat being the way it is. Most of y'all, I think all of y'all, if I'm not mistaken, whoever comes through here, everybody is polite to each other. Everybody gets along. Nobody has any, ulterior motives. Nobody's, and not to say that a lot of people have ulterior motives, but I do think that sometimes when people come around, they decide they start to desire something else, and then it's like I'm not going to say they change on you because you really don't know them, especially if they haven't been in your chat for a long time. Like you guys have been coming in my chat, if not ever since I started going live, almost. So it's like there are certain people who come to my chat. I know they're just here to support me, to communicate with me and to communicate with each other. So I know, like when, like you say, you get relaxed sometimes and you say stuff. And then plus, it's just like, it doesn't even really matter whose chat you in. Sometimes when you get in a conversation real deep, even though we're talking about skits, even though it's fictional, it's still exciting because it's interesting. It's interesting. So, but I have seen people get hard up and down mad because they think somebody overlooked their comment or didn't respond to their comment. And it's like, sometimes people have 100, 150, 200 people in their chat. Sometimes they don't have the chat on slow. The chat is moving. They can't see everybody's comments. They just can't. And even though they can see them, they can see them technically, but they can't read them all. So sometimes people get upset because their comments not getting read, or and sometimes you'll catch a comment where the chat is communicating with each other, and you're trying to communicate with the chat and talk, and you really don't even understand the comment that's being made sometimes. So you just kind of figure that's got to be them having a conversation with somebody. Like, I don't know, like people act like, I mean, they will get mad about that. They get, like I said, hard up and down mad about someone not responding to a comment. Or maybe you responded to somebody else's comment 3 times and you only responded to their comment once. You know, it depends on how many comments they're putting in. Their name is probably being seen more. And of course you can see the moderators because they're highlighted. But a lot of times, even as moderators, when I'm in somebody's chat, they don't see all of my comments. You know, and so like people get upset about stuff like that. And it makes the chat not be enjoyable. It makes the chat not enjoyable. So I love it being like tight, close-knit over here and not even have to worry about that. And I always tell people, if you happen to come in my chat and there's someone that you don't rock with, or, you know, we don't be trying to go out there. Just don't say anything to them. It's so easy. It's so easy. And I always use this example. People who have family members, friends, people they live right there in the house with, they'll get mad at each other and won't talk for days, a week, or more. But then when they get on social media, it's like all heck breaks loose. All heck breaks loose. It's like they can't go somewhere and see somebody without saying something slick, or trying to throw shade, or trying to throw a shot, or trying to do a subliminal. And I'm like, the ones who are doing that, the other person ain't thinking about you. 9 times out of 10, the other person ain't thinking about you at all. They're really not. And if, you know, no more than the fact that they see you. And that's it, that's all. That's like I say, if you cannot get along, get on. If you cannot get along, get on. So I try to, like I said, I love having 3, 4, 5. Every now and again, it may get up to 10 or 12. I like that. I like that. Because that way, especially if it's, like I said, people who have been coming over here for a very long time, the conversation stays consistent and it stays like on point. Like you don't all have to agree. You don't even have to say the phrase, well, let's just agree to disagree. You know, that's an obvious. And we just move on. We just move on. Stefan said, it's like being in a relationship with someone you don't know. Exactly. Exactly. It's like being in a relationship with someone you don't know. And I'm like, it's hard enough being in relationships with the people that you know. Your family, your significant others, your co-workers, your church members, any organizations that you're a part of. So why make it hard to be on social media and you're not really in relationships with these people? You're in a YouTube ship as far as, you know, people supporting you. Like there's a family. I consider us a family. We have a YouTube family. And sometimes people get closer than others. But when something starts to make you so mad that your blood pressure goes up, and I'm not talking about every now and again, because people have spats, you know what I'm saying? People get into it, people disagree, and sometimes it gets heated. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like daily, or even weekly, or like daily, 2 or 3 times a week, or just, you know, weekly, once a week. But it's the same, you're into it with the same person. It's like, you may not feel like your blood pressure is going up, especially if you think you're, quote, winning, unquote, quote unquote winning. But it is. It is. It's adding unnecessary, undue stress. And some of these people, they think about this stuff when they're not online. They think about it. That's adding undue, I won't even say unwanted stress, because some of them act like they like it. Some of them act like they love it. But it's just so unnecessary. So that's why if I say something over here and I know, or I can feel like it may be come off as offensive, or like I'm trying to chastise somebody, then I'm going to explain myself. Usually I can feel when it may sound that way, when something I say sounds that way. And if I don't feel it, and if that person feels it, tell me. As long as they tell me the right way, because I ain't never trying to come at nobody unless they come at me first. There's one thing I don't do. I don't mess with people. I don't mess with people. But y'all know what I say, bothered people bother people, right? Bothered people bother people. And I don't know if they're bothered by something in their within their family, somebody in their family, somebody at their job, somebody at their school, somebody at their church, somebody in one of their civic organizations. I don't know. Or they may just be bothered, period, by something within. But bothered people tend to bother other people. They really do. And then they'll leave y'all know how I talk about misery lounge. Don't stay over in the misery lounge. Stay in your own lounge, your own spot, your own place, your own home, your own platform. They'll try to leave your platform and make everybody think that you were just this big booger bear to them. No. A lot of times they came as wolves in sheep's clothing. And when something didn't go their way, things went left. So try not to, wherever you go, let something just bother you every day when it comes to somebody. Every day. And you know you haven't bothered them. You know you didn't do anything to them. You know you didn't start with them. Vanessa says, right, but I will never disrespect no one's channel, not intentional. Right. I come to see the content creator. None of that bothers me. I appreciate you all for giving your time and knowledge to me. Exactly, Vanessa. That's why I always say these platforms were designed with the intent to be, like they say, educational, informative, entertainment purposes, and maybe even some criticism, but the criticism is the one that everybody takes off and runs with. Have y'all noticed that? I really don't, Vanessa. But see, a lot of times when you try not to do that, people feel like they can do it to you. Like, they really do. And it's like, so that's why I say, yeah, sometimes you're gonna have a spats, but I be trying to be one and done, like done with it. Because if you don't like somebody on social media who you never met, the same way you avoid somebody that you're having an argument with at home, at school, at work, you avoid them. It's so easy to do it. Just you see them and you don't see them. It's just that simple. You see them and you don't see them. And that's not to be rude. That's just like when we were growing up, when we were kids. If you were in the kindergarten or any grade, and you sat by someone and you guys just couldn't get along, what did the teacher do? They separate you. So you can still see each other in the classroom, right? But since you couldn't get along, you both had to get on. Somebody got moved. Either one of you got moved or both of you got moved. So you can still see each other, but hopefully it'll be like you don't see each other. It's just like a classroom. You don't get along, one or both of you move to different spaces and get away from each other. And if you ever end up in the same space, like when you go to lunch, what do? You ignore each other. It's simple. It is simple. You just ignore each other. You're not gaining anything. You're not losing anything. What happens though is people want to make sure that they're being seen. Believe me, we see each other. But it's just best to act like we don't. Stephon says, my God, when you get a chance, wait a minute. Stephon says, my God, when you get a chance, go. Country Wayne Sonny came to tell Shayla she acting like she was shocked her husband. Oh my gosh. So it's coming. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about, Stephon? See how that's being revealed? I'm talking about Sonny. I don't even know her husband's name. I can't remember his name. But it's like they just came on. They just added them. They're the newest couple. And that stuff is getting revealed already. Their stuff is getting revealed already. Vanessa says, that's simple. I can't say there is anyone I don't like on here because I don't know them to say that. Right, Vanessa. And that's the way I've always been. That's the way I started. But you know, sometimes, like, what did Jada call it? You get in these entanglements, not knowing, like knowing your own demeanor, knowing you're not going to take it so seriously, but then somebody else will. So I learned my lesson quickly. I learned my lesson quickly. And you know, sometimes it's not even that. It's not even that you communicate with somebody. Sometimes you could just be in a chat. I was in a chat one day, and there was a moderator in there. And so mods speak to people, right? So you may not you might not speak to the mod every time. You might not speak to every mod every time. Just the same way the content creator is not going to catch every comment. So you'll see the mods. You may come in and say, hey, mods in chat. Or hey, content creator mods in chat. Or if you just say, hey, host in chat. The chat still includes the moderators. You don't have to me, specifically say the moderators. Some people do, some people don't. So I went into a chat once. And so the host, the content creator spoke. The mods, a couple of the mods spoke. And you know, I'm in and out. Like, people literally think that you sit there and hold your phone, or you sit in front of the laptop and watch them like you're watching a movie at the theater. You don't, people. We don't. So I came back in and I saw I saw the moderator. I said hi to one or two, and I said hi to this one particular moderator who I never really had time to speak to before. And so it's not like I singled them out and just didn't speak to them. In fact, that day I was like, well, okay, I've named these two. Let me make sure I get this other person. Now, if they come in and I step away, you know, BS happens, stuff happens. I spoke to this moderator and they were like, oh, you know me now or something. I'm like, nah, I don't. But you're a moderator, so I was just speaking. And it's like they said something else, and it wasn't ugly, but it was just like so unnecessary. I don't know if they were trying to see if they could start drama off of just like that pea size. I'm like, that's nothing to start. You know, sometimes you gotta just let people be silly. Y'all, your parents ever told y'all that? Sometimes you just gotta let people be silly. If you continue to let them be silly, they'll get tired of being silly in a few minutes. Hopefully. Even though they're acting out of character. If they have any degree of common sense. Because I've heard a lot of people say, I was picking, or I was just trying, or I was just teasing. No, you were picking with that person. So if you let some people kind of like just ride that silly wave on their own, it'll eventually just kind of calm down or crash to shore and just fizzle out. Because sometimes the things that people say may not be harsh, but they may be so unwarranted that they have you just sitting there with a blank stare. And you're like, okay, I had time today. I saw 3 mods. I spoke to all 3. And you got 1 out of the 3 that instead of just saying hello. So that kind of let me know that, well, you've seen me in here before, and so I guess I'm supposed to speak to you first. It's like, it's just so crazy, like full-grown adults. And that's why I always wonder, like, what are adults teaching their children? And what's so sad to say, some of them had grandkids. And I'm like, what do you send your kids to school? What thought process? What mindset do you, because you know what we teach our kids or tell our kids, that's just like when our parents used to tell us, when someone hits you, tell the teacher. If the teacher's not around, tell another adult. Go to an adult. If the teacher stepped out of the classroom, go to the next classroom and tell that teacher. And if nobody is around and you're kind of back in the corner, you fight your way out, right? They always told us that. And a lot of parents said, not even after the first hit, unless the first hit was really bad. And we knew the difference. Like, some people would be like, damn, the first hit might bust their nose. Okay, well, you know, my parents made sure. My mom, they made sure to let us know that first lick or hit, because a lot of times the first hit is somebody just trying you. It's a push, a shove, or maybe not a hit. But then when you let it, if it goes on, if someone doesn't stop it or intervene, or you don't stop it, then they maybe hit you again. It went from that third to that second to just bam. Okay? So a lot of times you just kind of let them do that little first virtual thing that they're gonna do, and you be like, I ain't even got time. Vanessa says, petty is what it was. Yeah, exactly. Vanessa, very petty. Because all she had to do was say hello. How do you know I even saw you the other times that I was in there? Or if I saw you, how do you know I wasn't working and couldn't type and say hello to you? Even if I did speak to one or two of the other people. How do you know that? How do you know that? Stefan says, I try to say, hey, everyone in chat, and whoever speaks to me, then I speak back. That's what, Stefan, right. That's what I try to do. But sometimes, have you noticed, like, when you're in a chat that's just got like about 100 people in there, sometimes 20 people can say hello to you. Like, I'm not going to say you literally count 20 people, but after you said, hello, so-and-so, hello, so-and-so, hello, so-and-so, because if you're kind of watching, hello, so-and-so, you're so busy, you're listening to the content creator, but now you're like, your focus is on speaking to each individual. So that's why I say, I'm not going to let it bother me anymore if I go in the chat and say, hey, to the content creator, to the mods in chat, or even just hey to the content creator in chat, because the mods are a part of the chat. Now, if I'm sitting there and I got time, then I'm going to try to speak to everybody who spoke to me. But like I said, a lot of times you could be multitasking. You may not even see it that people have spoke to you. But guess what? In the next live, it'll be I speak to him or I speak to her and they don't even speak to me. And it could have just been one time. It could have been one time. Right, but I just think, like, I do like Stefan, is like, especially if it's people that I interact with more. Like, especially if it's someone who comes to my chat, then and I see them speak, I definitely try to speak to them. Not saying only them, but if I'm in somebody else's chat, then I'm definitely going to try to, and somebody is in there that comes to my channel and support me, and I see it, I'm definitely going to speak to them. And I might not even speak to them. I might just start talking to them. I think me and Stefan was in Cindy's chat yesterday, and I don't know if he spoke to me. I don't know if he saw me, but you think I'm going to hold that against him? The only reason I'm saying it now is because we happen to be talking about it. But when I saw him, I don't even think I said hello. I just started talking to him. Because like you are closer to other people who come and support you. You are closer to them than you are to people that you just see around or that you really don't know. And when I say don't know, if it's a chat that's got 100 people in there, I've probably seen 20 or 30 of them around, but only maybe 10 or so have come to my chat and I've interacted with them. So I definitely try to speak to them. So I just feel like when you say, hey, Lions, moderator in chat, or you say, hey, Lions in chat, you have spoken to everyone. Like you have spoken to everyone. But some people are so petty, they will see you in another live and they'll be like, or you'll see them saying subliminally, and you'll catch it and you're like, wait, what? That you didn't speak to them. Or sometimes I ask you, now if somebody asks me, I don't get offended because they ask me. They'll say something like, I saw you in Cindy's live, but you didn't speak to me. And it's just simple, I didn't see you. And then, some people like Vanessa say they'll get petty. Well, I saw you speak to some other people. Well, still, I didn't see when you spoke to me. Like, I can't speak to 100 people individually. Hey, Jill. Jill says, hey, Stefan. How you been? Hey, Miss Vanessa. Stefan says, I am doing well, Jill. How about you? How you doing, Jill? Happy Fantastic Friday. Happy Fabulous Friday. Jill, I guess we're going over a little bit of YouTube etiquette. Why people get mad at you for no reason when you're in a chat. Let me go. Okay, hey, Lions Pride in chat. I was trying to go up and see how much I missed because I see you speaking. I didn't see you come in. I was running my mouth. But we were just talking about YouTube etiquette, how people will get upset with you for simply not speaking to them. And you may be multitasking. That's why I always say, hey, to the content creator, to the mods in the chat, or hey to the content creator in the chat. That encompasses everybody. That includes everybody. And if I see some people speak to me, I will speak to them. Especially if there's someone that comes to my chat too. If I'm in another chat and then I see, like I said yesterday, Stefan was in Cindy's chat. If Stefan didn't speak to me, or if I feel like he didn't speak to me, I'm gonna think one of a few things. What I'm not gonna do is get mad about it. If I know we good, we cool, I ain't worried about that. Because maybe he didn't see me yet. Okay? And maybe he did speak to me and I didn't see that. But sometimes when somebody supports you heavy and they're in your chat a lot, like Stefan supports me, I was just like, whatever we was talking about, I just went into conversation with Stefan. And we talked. I mean, it's no big deal. But I have seen people go into other people's chat, causing a commotion, asking somebody in the chat, why didn't they speak to them when they were over here or there? And what y'all got to remember too, to the people who do that, there's this thing called top chat, top messages, and all messages. If you're not on all messages, you're not going to see some of that stuff. And sometimes you have to switch to top messages to see some things. I know I'll put a comment, say if I'm in Jill's chat, and I put a comment in there, and then Stefan puts a comment right after me. If I hit all, my comment will be above his. It's just about when it goes through. It's just about when it goes through. Jill says, I'm doing great. I'm over here working on my garden. Glad to be home and ready for the weekend. I need to grab me some food. Girl, get you some food. Get you some food. And you know how we get when we get hungry. We might get hangry. Hungry and angry. Jill says, I'm glad you're doing well, Stefan. Stefan says, I speak when you didn't see it. Oh, I spoke when you didn't see it, but I understand there's a lot of people in the chat. Right. Sometimes there's a lot of people in the chat. So, like, when somebody doesn't speak back, it could be a lot of things. It could be a lot of people in the chat. It could be they're in and out. They're watching the chat, but they're not watching the chat as closely as they probably would like to. They're just multitasking. When people don't speak to you, a lot of times it's just they're multitasking. Now, if you start to notice that somebody is never speaking to you, then that's different. And guess what? If they're never speaking to you, what are we? We're adults. If they don't speak to you, just don't speak to them. Okay? It's just simple. It's simple. It's simple. It's nothing to get mad about. Just, if they don't speak to you, it's been like several chats or several times. It's happened on several occasions. But just don't speak to them. If you feel like you're always speaking to them first, like people be peopling, y'all. And then say, for instance, if they speak to you, once you've decided, well, I'm not speaking anymore, then you got a choice. You speak or you don't. You speak or you don't. Let me see. Vanessa says, I used to try to speak to everyone individually. My hands started getting tired. Yeah. Hello works fine for me. Exactly. Your hands get tired of, you start to focus. A lot of times you start focusing on speaking to everybody and you're not really even paying attention to what's being said by the content creator. Jill says she's about to take her a break and cook her something to eat, y'all. Vanessa says, what you cooking, Jill? I know that's right, Vanessa. What is she cooking? Right. You just keep it moving. Because, it's like, the difference. I mean, sometimes I have seen people in a chat, seen them in another chat, or maybe the same chat, they didn't say anything, and they came over here and said something to me in my life. I mean, life, people, is life. People got kids, People trying to help with homework sometimes. People put the phone down because they're cooking. People go and use the restroom. People do a lot of things. People stop and have a conversation with their families. I mean, some of these people act like you're family. Like, and when I say family, again, you can't have YouTube ship families. But what I'm saying is, they act like you're related. They act like if your sister calls and says, hey, I got a flat, you're going to jump up and move. If they call and say, hey, I got a flat, you can't help them. You can't help them. But that's the way they want you to respond to their comments. That's how they want you to respond to their comments. Vanessa says, oh, let me see what Jill talking about, what she cooked. I'm going to fry some chicken strips to go on my salad. I'm also making some veggies and gravy. That does sound good, Vanessa. Vanessa says, right, Jill. Keep it moving, nothing personal. Exactly, because I promise you, a lot of times you just don't see. And then what's so crazy is, why try to explain to somebody who's not going to believe you anyway? 9 times out of 10, when somebody has it set in their mind that no matter what it is, when somebody has it set in their mind that you have shunned them, you can say, oh, no, I just stepped away. Guess what they'll say next time? I guess she's going to say she stepped away. Yo, people be so funny. Jill says, right, Miss Vanessa, I don't know these folks on this. Vanessa says, that sounds great. It does. It does sound great. I had some chicken left over from yesterday. Kind of put some olive oil in the skillet. Blackened it a little bit. After put some seasoning on and blackened it, flipped it over. And I got some of that left. So I'm going to have that with some mixed veggies. Almost kind of like Jill. Jill putting her chicken on some salad? On a salad. So I'm going to have that with some mixed veggies. And that's going to be it. That chicken on top of a bed of veggies. I started to do rice, but I don't need those carbs. I started to do rice, but I don't need those carbs. And if I am going to do rice, I'll probably do brown rice. I'll still get the carbs, but at least they'll have some minerals. At least it'll have some vitamins and minerals. Vanessa says, you're welcome, Jill. Stefan says, this is entertainment to me. Why get mad at people you will never meet? Exactly. You'll never meet some of these people. You know, sometimes people make a conscious effort to meet each other. But I think here lately, people who have talked about doing that, sometimes you hear them on their channels saying, nah, they'll pass. They're starting to say, nah, they'll pass. Because they've seen too many other meetups and greet-ups and stuff like that, that once they go, everybody goes home, there's chaos. There's chaos back online. There's chaos. That sounds good, Vanessa. Oh my gosh. Vanessa, I know I did it and I didn't eat it yesterday. What I did, I ate a little bit of the chicken and the chicken was so good, but I didn't eat the veggies. So I'm gonna have it on top of the veggies today. And like I said, I might put a little brown rice to the side and I might just eat it on top of the veggies. Cause I got my protein, okay? I got my healthy fat and I got some carbs, some healthy carbs. So I don't need that rice. Stefan says, I had pizza and salad today with my daughter. Oh, okay, is it still volleyball season, Stefan? Is she still playing volleyball? Jill says, I have to work on my own content. Yep, so sometimes I don't be in the chat, but I be listening. Pizza does sound good. Especially Friday too. Like I be saying, y'all splurge, treat yourself. When I say treat yourself, I mean when it comes to food, when it comes to the weekend, if you've been ripping and running, honestly, I suggest that you find like 15 to 30 minutes each day. Treating yourself can mean just sitting still, taking some deep breaths in, and focusing or thinking about something enjoyable. You know, focusing, thinking about something enjoyable. If you got a busy day during the week, try to do it every day. But if you don't, on your least busy day, y'all hear some type of bird or something I was trying to hear? On your least busy day, do it those days. On the least busy day, do it then. Try to do it every day. Like 15 to 30 minutes. Just like I say, to walk or move for a minimum of 30 minutes each day. I know what do we say? There's only 24 hours in a day. Yeah, there is only 24 hours in a day. But you know what? When I start to maybe even think I'm going to say something like that, I say, well, hold up. I'm on YouTube at least probably like an hour or two. So there's no excuse. I'm on YouTube or I'm doing something. I'm watching TV. I'm doing something. So there's no excuse. Because you can do it at work. Do it on your 15-minute break. Most of us get like, what, 2 15-minute breaks at work? Do it on one of your 15-minute breaks. You don't have to eat a snack every break. Oh, thank you, Stefan, for that super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you, bro. I really do appreciate you for always supporting you, girl. That's my bro. And that's why I say I love a small chat, because it's a tight-knit YouTube family. See, those are the type of people where I say it's not that you can't become friends on here, but when you got a whole bunch of different personalities, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I've seen some treacherous stuff. I've seen some treacherous stuff. Let me read the comments. Okay, it's basketball season now. Okay. Jill said her daughter wanted fried chicken with some veggies and gravy. Girl, all this sounds good. I love it. Y'all know you gotta splurge. Again, my thing is not to diet, but it is to try to have a healthy diet. Oh, y'all. I'm trying to see what's going on here. I saw some more dogs, y'all. I had to pause. This neighbor got sense though. But I didn't see him. Y'all, I had to pause. Did y'all see the legs moving? Y'all, did y'all see the legs moving? I'm telling y'all, I don't like to hurt. I don't want to hurt nobody's pet. So I will run before I just have to defend myself. I will run before I have to defend myself. But that neighbor, he's not crazy like the other neighbor. He has some sense. He's got some sense. Stefan says, what a little dog. Stefan, look, Stefan. Stefan, you just asked about the little one. Look, okay, he's usually outside with his daddy. And he gets off, I'm walking a little bit earlier. So now he's not off. Usually he's getting off now when I finish. Because I usually when I start, he's getting off. So by the time I make it around to his house, they're outside. But now I'm walking a little bit earlier. And so since I'm walking a little bit earlier, he hadn't got off work. Like he's about to get off now. Like he just pulled in, I think a little bit ago. So I've been missing him. But as soon as you said, like, I didn't even see your comment. And I saw these other 2 big dogs that I see every day. And they were out. They were out of the fence. But their owners, unless they get out and their owners don't know, but usually their owners have control of them. Like it wasn't like that other dog. It wasn't. Look, y'all, we talking about 4 dogs today, okay? Y'all know that other dog, his owner had no command over him. He was like, stop, come here, come back. That dog wasn't hearing him. I think the dog even looked back, y'all. He even looked back at him and kept on coming towards me. But he wasn't hearing his owner, his master, his best friend. He heard him, but he wasn't thinking about him. That dog headed right on over to me. And I was like, I know you lying. I'm like, you ain't got no control over this dog. And he was a pretty dog. He was uniquely pretty. If that makes sense. He was actually kind of ugly. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. The color pattern was kind of, I won't say ugly. It was ugly, y'all. The color pattern threw me off. The color pattern made me think this dog is mean. But when I looked at his face, because let me tell you, I had enough time to look at him, because y'all remember I said now the owner was nonchalant about calling him back. And then he started behind him, and he didn't even have a trot. I'm like, you better come get your dog. You better come get your dog before I get your dog. So, and you know, and I will run before hurting the dog. But I ain't gonna run too much, because while you running, guess what? He got 4 legs, we got 2. Okay? So if you don't have a place that's really, really close to run to and in, he is definitely gonna catch up to you. So like I said, you better get your dog. It was right before I hit the live button, y'all. I was just about to hit it. So that was dog number 1. Never seen him before. And dog number 2, no, you know what? He ain't gonna get that title. Dog number 1 is the one that Stefan's talking about. My little buddy, my little weenie dog. So dog number 2 was a new dog. 3 and 4, they're dog sisters and brothers. They were outside the fence, and usually sometimes y'all might hear them barking at me. And so that's why I was like, oh crap. Because they were outside the fence and I didn't see the owner. But that owner is really nice. So I'm like, I'm hoping he's somewhere and I just don't see him. But guess what? Those dogs didn't leave that yard. They didn't leave the yard. Yeah, Vanessa, y'all was about to see the legs moving. See the legs moving? They was about to move. They was about to move. Y'all was about to see me do some track work. Y'all was about to see me do some track work. But they stayed put, you know, and one of them even came around the back of the vehicle. I thought he was about to come into the street. Nope, he went all the way around. So I was glad of that. So I'm about to wind down anyway. Now it's been on 1 hour and 27 minutes. It's a little bit of light out here besides the actual street lights. Yeah, when I get to the traffic and I just keep moving, tell me why they just stand there and look at me. I'm like, y'all move, go. Because they give me a chance to walk in place. Because I'm going to keep moving. Oh my gosh, they just standing there. They're just sitting there. I'm like, I'm just walking in place. I'm just exercising. I'm just moving. At least that's nice to know that they'll sit there and wait, though. Thank you, Stefan. It was a good talk today. I appreciate you guys for coming in. Y'all know I used to say this all the time. You guys make the live, I make the live. Together we make the live, okay? Together we make the live. If nobody comes in, we're going to still do this walk and talk. We might not do as much talking, but we're going to walk. Okay? And we still do a little bit of talking, because somebody might catch the replay. And I'm appreciative to those of you who have caught the live and to those who catch the replay. But when you guys come in, we have a great talk. And I appreciate it. Vanessa says, got that right. They coming, yeah. That's why I don't, like to ride. Vanessa says, that's why I don't like to rub the best man going, okay. I don't like to run either, Vanessa. It's going to be the best man. Look, the only reason I will is because I don't really want to hurt them. But they ain't going to hurt me. So we're going to have a standoff. We're going to have a standoff, or we're going to have to lock up. We're going to have to have a standoff, or we're going to have to lock up. Well, thank you guys again. I appreciate you. It's been 1.5 hours. I try not to keep people too long, because y'all, these long lives, they get to be, when I'm sitting watching the live, or if I'm even in a live and I do try to hang around, those 2-hour lives, 3 hours, those lives get to be long. You know, when you're having fun, then it's all good. But sometimes if it's just, you're just kind of kicking it, sometimes they get long, and you do got to step out. You know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do your stuff. So Like I said earlier, y'all, what I always say, don't let bother people bother you. Don't let stress people stress you out. Okay? And if you find yourself in a misery lounge, a misery spot, place, channel, or whatever platform you're on, don't stay there. Grab your grip and go. Get out of there. Go back to your own place. Go back to your own lounge, your own spot, your own home. Okay? Go back to your own ecosystem. You want to have an ecosystem where all things are equal, or at least as equal as possible, right? Where all things are as equal as possible, right? And where you're happy, where you can be your happiest. And even if you're not your happiest, look, you don't have to be miserable, sad, mad, or upset somewhere else. Go back to your own. And that's just not social media. That's when you're out and about, right? If you're out and about. And let me tell y'all something. Don't y'all go nowhere starting no mess the holiday season at your folks' house. I'm just playing, y'all. But y'all know what I mean. Sometimes, oh my gosh. Thank you, Vanessa. Good night. Stefan says, I know some channels that have 8 to 10 hour lives. Oh my gosh. I go to sleep and wake up and they still live. Yeah. Yep. Even on my rain videos, I started to cut those down because they do just as good if you're doing 2 or 3 hours worth of ocean sounds and rain. Because usually you just need to hear something to help you go to sleep. Or you need to imagine something to help you go to sleep. Some white noise, some type of noise. Some people say brown noise, black noise, some type of noise, and after about 10 minutes, if you just calm yourself and just lie down, after about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you'll start to go to sleep. Most people, there are some insomniacs and there are some people who, yes, getting to sleep is really, really hard. But even then, you can put it on loop. You can put it on loop. Now, granted, when it's on loop, when you're listening to somebody who has one that's loop, that doesn't sound, that's not a comfy sound. But you can really just, if you don't have a really hard time getting to sleep, you can put it on like a 10, 15 minute video, put it on loop. Next thing you know is you're getting up, it's time to go to work, school, church, wherever you're going. Yes, right, Vanessa, it relaxes you. Vanessa, look, don't y'all, don't be going nowhere on these holidays, y'all. And I'm talking to me. Y'all is me. Me is y'all too. Me is included in y'all too. Don't go nowhere, start no ruckus on the holidays. And listen, don't let nobody start no ruckus with you. That's why you always supposed to cook. My grandmothers, great-grandmothers, my grandmothers, great-grandmothers, and my great-great-grandmother said, always cook your own stuff for the holidays. Good night, Stefan. Good night. Stefan says, good night, everyone. Thanks, Lounge Pride. Thank you, Stefan. And thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you, bro. Always cook your own food so that in case something pops off and you hadn't gotten to eat yet, you hadn't gotten a chance to pack your to-go plate, you got your own food. Okay? You got your own food. Always cook at home. Cook your own food at home and then cook whatever you're going to take. That way, if you want to leave early, or if you go into a family get-together and there's a lot of people and there's nothing to bring home, guess what? You got your own food. Always cook your own Thanksgiving meal. Always cook your own Christmas dinner. Always cook your own Easter meal. Whatever it is, when it's a big get-together, when family gets together, always cook your own. Even if you're not cooking the traditional, always have you something ready to get there and eat. It's Thanksgiving. You just saying, hey, I ain't trying to cook like that. You just gonna take something, everybody bring something to mama's house, big mama's house, auntie's house. Still make sure you at least got something at home that you can eat, okay? Vanessa says, good night, Stefan. Good night, y'all. Y'all know I wish you peace, positivity, and prosperity. Because without peace, there's chaos. And without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever they live together, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. And we want to prosper. Vanessa says, right, but not doing it this year. Vanessa said, forget that. I know that's right, Vanessa. Look, just have you some snacks. It'll be all right. Just have you, get you some take home, take you some home, and then have you some snacks on deck. That's the best time to chill and relax. Get you some hot cocoa or some tea, some coffee, or whatever you like, and just chill and relax. Chill and relax. But thank you guys again, Vanessa, for hanging out with me like the whole entire time. James Money 615 came in here after, and then of course my bro Stefan came on in here. Okay, then Jill's Comfort Zone jumped in here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And if anybody came through here that I missed, I'm sorry. It was not intentional. Spiky. I knew it was somebody. I knew it was somebody. I started scrolling up, and before I got to it, I remember Spiky came in. Y'all, little sis Spiky came in. Thank you for making an appearance, Spiky. I'm glad to see you. So it makes me feel good. I miss you when I don't see you in a long time, Spiky. So thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lines Pride. Yeah, Vanessa, have you some good, nice to drink. Some coffee, cocoa, tea. Warm up. Get your house all warm. Get your fuzzy clothes on. And just chill out. All right, I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, if it's the Lord's will, I'll see you Sunday. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Get you some me time in. Remember, if you hadn't been able to do that this week, do it this weekend. Bye, y'all.